Hello everyone, this is Sai from Moonlight Studio. I want to share with you a craft that I made recently. This is a wooden cross stand that I bought at Dollar Tree. And I am applying some Waverly Antique wax. This is a brand that I buy at Walmart all the time. And I am using a sponge dabber or a foam brush that I get at Dollar Tree, Walmart, Amazon, all craft places you can find it. Now I am applying some white wax. I'm using the same kind of brush. You can use any brush really, but I really like these ones. They're very cheap and they're very easy to clean and they have a lot of coverage space. You can honestly use any white paint. You don't need to use any fancy paint like this one that is from Hobby Lobby, but you can use any paint. The main important thing is that it has to be like water based, because the next step that we're gonna do is gonna remove that excess of paint, and since it's water based, it's gonna be easier to remove. I am using here a hard bristles brush. It's like a cleaning brush that I got in IKEA, but this is helping me to remove the excess of paint. Now I am using a sanding paper to remove the excess on the sides because I want like an old style primitive cross look. So I am removing the excess on the sides. Now I am getting some craft paper. You can use any craft paper that you want. There are so many options at the craft stores. This one I got it on clearance at Michael's, I believe. And I am tracing my cross. Now I'm gonna cut it and then we're gonna apply this paper to the back part of our cross. Now I have my cross, I turn it. I'm gonna apply some Mod Podge. This is a small bottle that I got at Dollar Tree. It's a great way if you haven't used Mod Podge yet. It's a good way to start, just getting a small bottle. It has so many uses, and we're gonna be using Mod Podge for a lot of projects, so please stay tuned. Now I am applying my cross to the back because I want that open space to have some texture and some color. After I make sure that the paper is sticking to the back correctly, I am applying more Mod Podge in the front because I want that to be very stick to the cross and I want to get some texture out of the Mod Podge. I use a brayer to make sure that paper was very flat in the back, as much as I could. But you can use a piece of anything that is flat and steady. You can apply more pressure to it, and that's going to help you to make a flattened side of your paper. Now I am sanding the excess of the paper. And yes, I wish I was this fast, but I just love the sound. I am not this fast. I'm speeding this up a little bit so you guys don't get bored. So let's listen to this sound for a little bit. You're not gonna leave any parts that are gonna look or come through in the front side. After I finish this, I am applying some more Mod Podge in the back. Here that you see a little mess, because I was trying to show you what kind of Mod Podge I was using and it spilled. The lid was open, but hey, that's okay. I didn't let that ruin my moment and to ruin my craft. I just made sure to remove the excess of the paint of the Mod Podge, and then I tried to spread that as much as I could on the sides. Now I am using the same wax that I used at the beginning. I am using just a little bit. I am dipping the tip of my brush in the cap of the paint, and I'm just going side to side in random motions. I also did the same technique with the same wax that I used at the beginning, the Waverly Antique wax. So we can have like different tones and different textures that are gonna come out with this look. It's looking old, which is what I wanted to happen. This was my intention. I am removing a little excess here that I didn't like. But when you do that random technique of dry brush, you can come anywhere, any color. So now I'm using a tag. These tags, I got a package of like 100 at Dollar Tree. These are the tags that people use to when they're selling stuff to put the prices. I apply a little bit more of that same wax on the sides with the same technique of the dry brush. Now I'm gonna use Distress Oxide to stamp a quote. This quote is gonna say, "He is risen," because he is risen, like he said. Thank you, Jesus, for that. And we are gonna do it. We don't want it to be perfect. We want it to be like, it was made by hand. It was not made in a place that made this like 20 in 5 minutes. I want it to look like, it was handmade. And that's what I love the most about things that you may handmade, that they are not perfect. You can see the love and the touch on them of your hands. I use my heat gun to dry it. Now I am applying a little bit of Mod Podge again because I want it to be stiff. I don't want it to fade. This works as a sealer also, so I don't want those black letters to come out. I am using my heat gun to accelerate the process. You can use a blower, you can just air dry it. I just wanted to do it, faster. I am folding my tag here because I didn't want it to look like perfect. I want it to look like it's old. Now I'm using some jute twine. I'm gonna insert in the tag, make a little knot on the top, and then I'm gonna tie it around the cross. Go into the back and then come into the front and then go into the back again. I'm gonna secure that with some glue gun. And now this is how it looks. Now we're gonna do some stamping. This is my favorite Bible verse. It says, "Be strong and courageous." My daddy always told me this Bible verse since I was little, and now that I'm an adult, I can definitely know why he wanted to make sure that I memorize this Bible verse. So it's my favorite one, and I wanted to stamp it there as a good reminder for me or anyone that can see this piece. Now I'm gonna add some details in the bottom. I went ahead and added some eucalyptus and some moss in the bottom for that green touch. I always like to give it a little nature touch, some God's creation in there. So I added some green and then I added some flowers, and that's it. I hope you like it and please come back for more.